Welcome to this edition of Taco Tuesdays with Ace. I'm here with my very special guest, Mr. Steven Montez from the Colorado Buffaloes. Migo, welcome back.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
It is Taco Tuesday, and you know what we got to do first? We got to grab some of these tacos. So,
Absolutely.
Steven, dig in, take a nice deep bite from one of these tacos right here.
Oh yeah, I'm really excited about these.
Gotta love tacos.
That's fantastic.
So, Steven, tell us, you're born in California, but you made some moves after that. Tell us where it all started.
So I was born in Oakland, California. Excuse me. And then shortly after that, moved over to Silver City, New Mexico, because my dad was a GA at the time at Western. So lived there for about a couple years. Then ended up moving over to Deming, New Mexico, which is about a 45-minute drive from Las Cruces. So kind of close by. And then some things happened with my parents. They ended up going separate ways. My mom ended up moving to Arizona, and my dad ended up moving here to El Paso. So me and my brother chose to move with my mom to Arizona. We went down there, went through middle school with her, and then when it was time to come to high school, I knew I was gonna wanna play Texas high school football because, I mean, Texas has got the best high school football. I think everybody knows that. So moved down here to El Paso, played high school, and then my most recent move has been the move to Colorado.
Colorado. Now your dad's got some pro experience. He played with the Oakland Raiders, correct?
Yeah, he did.
How was that growing up, experiencing that?
I mean, to be honest, I really didn't remember a whole lot of it because, I mean, his last year playing, I was just being born. So I really didn't get to experience any of it. But I mean, just from the pictures and what people have told me, from what I've seen, he was a really great quarterback, and I mean, I want to be just like him one day.
So when did you start playing sports?
I mean, I started playing sports at a really early age, probably maybe 5, 6. I was like in an outdoor soccer league.
Soccer?
So I played soccer. I think it was my first sport. And then I played like Pop Warner football. And then through middle school, I didn't play football and I played basketball. And then did that. And then when I came up to high school, I played football, basketball, and did track in the summer.
Track. Now you had a great career here at Del Valle. You guys went deep in the playoffs a couple times. What challenges that you guys experienced? Like, how did that help mold you going into your college career? I
mean, at Del Valle, we had never gotten past the area round. And so for us to go do that, I mean, it was definitely a historical moment in Del Valle history for the football program. So I was just very proud of that. We lost to Aledo in the next round, and they ended up going on winning the state championship that year. So I mean, if you're gonna lose to anybody, lose to the state champs. I mean,
right.
It's not a moral victory because there's no moral victories, but I mean, it's just I guess it is what it is basically. And then just taking that up to Colorado, I redshirted my first year. And then after that, for my redshirt freshman year, I was sitting behind a senior in Cepho Lufau, who was a really great mentor to me. And about 3 games into the season, he ended up hurting his ankle, and I had to come in and play. And I ended up getting a lot more playing time for the rest of that year. That's when I made my first start against Oregon. I started against Oregon State. I started against USC, and then Cepho came back. And I think I got a little bit of playing time against UCLA, maybe 10 plays. And then after that, I ended up playing in the Pac-12 championship because Cepho got hurt, and then I ended up playing in the Alamo Bowl after that. Now
playing in the Pac-12, playing Texas football and then jumping up to the Pac-12, how is that intensity different, from just regular?
Yeah, I mean, I think the speed of the game is just different going from Texas high school football to the Pac-12, just because in the Pac-12, there's the best athletes from everywhere, so the speed of the game is just a lot different. I mean, I think the coverages you see are a lot different, fronts you see are a lot different. I mean, there's just better athletes in the Pac than there is in high school, which I think is pretty obvious. But I mean, it was definitely a whole lot of fun, and it's really good competition out there.
Did your dad give you any advice, like when you were about to make that first start against Oregon?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know his exact words on what he said, but I'm pretty sure he just said, take care of the ball and protect yourself. That's what he always tells me before every game. So I just try to do those things, try to make good decisions with the ball, and then when I need to go get yardage, I'll go get it and be physical with it. But when I have a chance to step out of bounds or have a chance to slide and save my body a little bit, I'll do that too.
So what were some of your pregame rituals or anything like that, as you prepare for a game?
The night before every game, I would take a bath and I'll put a bath bomb in it with the body salts or whatever.
Different colors or just
different colors? Yeah, the colors are cool, but I mean, it's not all about the colors. It's more about the salts. Mm-hmm. Just to relax your body, relax your skin, and kind of relax your mind too. You're just sitting there, the water's hot. You kind of start to doze off in the bathtub, and as soon as I would get out, I would just get in bed and go straight to sleep. So I wouldn't have trouble falling asleep or tossing and turning in my bed before games, because I mean, you're excited because you're gonna go play Division I football the next day. So sometimes it'd be hard to sleep. That's why I took the bath, and it would put me right out.
Now, what a lot of people probably don't understand, when you're there on the field, do you hear a lot of the crowd, or are you just that zoned in?
No, once you're on that field, you're just so dialed in and locked in, you really can't hear anything. It kind of just sounds like a bunch of white noise is really what it sounds like. But the other day, I was talking to my dad about it, and he was like, did you hear, or it wasn't my dad, it was actually one of my dad's friends, Cody B. He was like, did you hear us when we were up in the stands yelling your name? And I think my dad said, man, there's 60,000 people in that stadium. So I was like, nah, I didn't really hear you, but I mean, I really don't hear a whole lot of anything except sometimes I can hear my teammates on the sideline if they're really yelling at me for a check play or something like that. But other than that, I really don't hear anything.
Nothing like that. So in your college career, what was one of your, or just a couple moments, best moments that you can take from it?
I mean, I think the win against Oregon, my first start, was really a special moment for us as a team, especially because that was our first game in the Pac-12 that year. Mm-hmm. And so it kind of set the tone for the rest of the year. And then we ended up making a bowl game, ended up getting to a Pac-12 championship, ended up winning the Pac-12 South. And then I think the second biggest moment was probably most recently this year. We beat Washington on senior night at home. So that was a big game too. I mean, I don't know when the last time we had beat Washington was. It's definitely been a while. It's definitely been more than probably 10, 12 years. So, I mean, that was just a special moment just to beat them at home on senior night, a lot of emotions. And I mean, yeah, it was just good.
I know you took some hard hits. I saw a couple of them when I went out there. Is it just crazy how fast some of these big guys are?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's crazy just because I've seen it for 5 years now, but some of those big guys can move. They can move around a lot, and they're agile, and they can stop and cut and catch up to you. So, I mean, sometimes you got to try to either outrun them or like I said, try to be safe and get out of bounds or something, because they're coming after you.
Yeah, they're coming after you. Now, you guys had some ups and downs these college years. How would you overall rate your whole college football experience?
Just my experience.
Your experience.
I mean, I had a great experience in college. I mean, I had a lot of fun. I made a lot of different friends from a lot of different places. I made a lot of lifelong memories that I'll never forget. And I played Division I college football, so I would chalk my college career up to a success.
Now, your younger brother had a very good career here at Valle. How was that moment to see him succeed?
Yeah, I mean, I was just so proud of him, and I'm still so proud of him for him to be playing college football at all. I mean, it's truly a blessing. He's getting his school paid for, and I mean that's what's really most important is getting your education paid for, because that college degree, I mean, it's just a piece of paper, but I mean it's probably the most important piece of paper that you'll have on you at a time. So, I mean, I'm just extremely excited for him. I know that this upcoming year he's going to have a real shot to go in and compete for that starting job. And I mean, in my eyes, I think he should go and get it. I mean, he's a great quarterback. He's a stud. He's a freak. So, I mean, I expect him to go out there, get that starting job, and then get it rolling up there.
Now, how special was it for, to have your father be your offensive coordinator and quarterback coach early in your career?
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool sometimes, and other times it wasn't cool. But nah, it was a good experience. I mean, I think he was a lot harder on me than some of the other kids that were on the offense, just because he knew I couldn't really say anything to him, and I was gonna have to go home with him anyway. So I think it was harder than him, but I think at the end of the day, that really pushed me and molded me to who I am today, because I was just always taught to just work hard and go out and achieve things, and like great things are achieved through your work ethic and how you conduct yourself on and off the field. So I think just through those teachings that he was passing down to me, I think that's what molded me into the man I am today.
So what would you say is one of the, I guess, hardest things you had to overcome in college football?
In college football.
Yeah, like what's one of the things that, you know, you had to just work your way, fight your way through?
I think one thing that really brought a lot of adversity into my college career was just the constant coaching changes. Mm-hmm. And I kind of, it's a positive and a negative thing, because I think when you have coaching changes like that, I think sometimes it lacks consistency in your offense. But I mean, also every single quarterback coach that has come in and coached us, when I started there, it was Coach Lindgren. Mm-hmm. And then I want to say 3 years after that, it was Coach Roper, came from South Carolina to coach us, phenomenal coach. And then this most recent year, Coach Johnson had came from Georgia, and he was an OC at Minnesota as well, but came down and he was our OC and our quarterback coach, and he was a great coach as well. So I mean, really, I was lucky to get 3 just awesome quarterback coaches that knew what they were talking about, had different coaching styles, but it was positive coaching styles to where they were great teachers, and they were giving us the information at a very, very easily digestible level. Mm-hmm. And so I was blessed with that, but just having that lack of consistency was also different, and also just kind of hard to adapt to.
Mm-hmm. Especially, you know, these playbooks, you know, can be like that big, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that definitely got some substance to them, but I mean, every time we got a new coach, I would always go into it with just a great mindset, and I knew that they had something that they could teach me and something that they could attribute to my game. So I try to go into every day with just a great work ethic and just work my butt off to try to get better for them, because all they wanted for me to do was get better. Now,
one thing I noticed from early in your career there, the fans of Colorado, they drew to you from the very beginning, from that spring ball game that you had. Mm. How was it playing in front of them? Because whether you guys were winning or losing, the stadium was always packed.
Yeah, it was, and that's a testament to how great those fans are. I mean, those fans at Folsom Field, I mean, they were every Saturday or whether we played on Friday, I mean, Folsom was always rocking, and they were always cheering, and it was always loud in that stadium, and even though we didn't win a whole lot of games, I mean, they still had our back 100%. So, I mean, I'm just extremely thankful for them just being supportive as they were.
Yeah, because they're all, like I said, when I went to that USC game, they were rocking.
Oh, that Folsom was rocking. Sometimes you can feel that thing shake. It's so loud. Yeah, man, Folsom's a great place, and then you get that backdrop too. You got the Mount of the Flatirons in the background. I mean, I think it's top 5 college football stadiums to play at right now.
Even in the snow?
Even in the snow. I think it looks better in the snow because you get the Flatirons with the snow. It's crazy. Even in the snow game, there was still a bunch of fans out there, and it was probably like 20 degrees outside.
Hey, but you guys got some new heated gear. And
yeah, we got like the hot gear, but I mean, I don't know if you saw, but I didn't wear sleeves.
Yeah, you're sleeveless.
I'm not wearing sleeves, so whether it's cold, whether it's cold or not, I'm not wearing sleeves. But once you get off that field, you get to the sidelines, you got to go over to the heaters, warm your arms up. You can't even feel your hands out there.
Nah, it's good. Now going pro career, mm-hmm. Right? You've been working for this since you're young. How excited are you for it?
Yeah, I'm real gassed up about it. I mean, I really can't wait to just get back to work. I mean, I think I was talking to you about it earlier, but January 2nd, I fly out to Orange County and move into the house that I'm living in for the time being, and then we get right back to it, right back to training, right back to the physical training, and right back to the mental stuff, getting on the board, doing board work, and making sure that I have a good understanding of just overall defensive football, offensive football, knowing my offense to the best that I can grasp it and talk about it as well, and just try to become a better football player in these next 3 months.
So how pumped are you? You know, of course, with the success of Aaron, you know, people coming from El Paso now, you know, the nation's watching, right? Yeah. You had a great career, maybe one of the few from El Paso to start in a pack, you know, for a major college team and have success. You know, how has that kind of like driven you, you know, to just succeed?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I want to put on for the 915 just like Aaron's doing. I mean, I believe Aaron's leading the NFL in touchdowns, rushing touchdowns. So I mean, that's That's awesome. He's the poster boy for Adidas right now, and so he's doing it big. And champs. My fault. We don't want to get the branding wrong. But yeah, no, he's doing it real big. And I mean, to be honest, I'm looking up to him too. So he's kind of leading the way for all of us. And then I want to be the second one to come up and do it big like that, and try to inspire hope for these kids in El Paso, and let them know that if you work hard and you got good work ethic, and you get good grades, and you do good in school, and you're a good human being outside of football, then I mean, anything's possible for you. You can just go out and get it yourself, and that's what I want to inspire, and that's really what Aaron is inspiring as well.
Now you've been invited to play in the Reeses Senior Bowl game, and you said that's going to be in Alabama, right?
Yeah, Mobile, Alabama.
How excited are you for that?
Man, I'm excited. I've never been to Alabama, so I don't really know what to expect. I heard they got good food.
Hey, they got Reeses. It's sponsored Reeses.
Yeah, and they got Reese's peanut butter cups. So I mean, I'm a big fan of those too. But I don't know how many of those I'm gonna be able to eat. I gotta watch my weight.
True. I don't think, Will played there, so I think he had a good handful of those as well.
Did he?
So playing in that game, to get invited, how excited are you to get that one more shot in front of these NFL scouts?
Yeah, definitely. I'm really excited about it, to go out there and just kind of showcase my abilities, showcase what I know about football, and just like you said, play one last game before it's football's business, and this is really kind of a little business too. I mean, a lot determines in this game where your draft stock is going to be. I mean, you can either raise your draft stock, you play well, or you can drop your draft stock if you play bad and you go out there unprepared. So I'm going to try to go out there as prepared as I can be, and just try to show everybody what I got. I mean, I think a lot of people are going to be pleasantly surprised by my arm strength. I don't think a lot of people have seen me throw live, and then I think they're gonna be pleasantly surprised at how much I know about the game of football as well. Because I mean, like I said, I've had those great coaches throughout my life. My dad, Coach Lindgren, Coach Rope, and Coach Johnson. I mean, they've taught me a lot about the game, a lot of stuff that I didn't know before. So I'm gonna just try to see if I can make something shake out there.
And you've had some great receivers in your
career. Oh yeah,
career.
Absolutely. Probably a first rounder here pretty soon.
Yeah, just explain that chemistry between you two, because I mean, at times you guys can just create magic. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, that was just all the work that we put in the off season. We would throw in the off season, and then I mean, Visca, Visca, he's kind of quiet, but you get him into a certain environment when it's just in a closed environment. He kind of actually comes out with his personality a little bit and stuff. And I mean, he's such a great cat. I mean, I just love being around him. His laugh is infectious, and I mean, he's just a good dude, and he loves playing NFL Street, but I give him working now all the time. So.
You can see that emotion when it comes out. I remember they threw that, it was like a 50-yarder at that USC game, and he just sprinted straight to the end zone.
Oh, yeah.
You can just feel that emotion when he flexed out there. It's like, all right.
Yeah. Oh no, he's got that grown man energy. That man, he's a freak. I've never seen nothing like him in my life. He's probably, I think he's the best receiver in college football right now. But
it's crazy. But all right, so last thing, where do you see yourself in the next five years?
I mean, in my mind, the next 5 years, I should be on an NFL team, getting some starts and trying to help lead us to wins. That's what I see myself. If things go according to plan, which they hardly ever do, but I mean, if I feel like if I work hard enough and if I dedicate myself to this sport like I have, I think that nothing but positive things should happen for me. And if we get a little bit of adversity, that's fine. Then we'll roll with the punches. And, we'll do that too.
One thing, what do you want to say to your fans here in El Paso? Because they love you. They loved you.
Yeah.
They every time you come into town, especially on the sideline at that Del Valle game, it's hard to watch your brother at that time. Everyone's just coming at you.
Absolutely. To the fans out here in El Paso, thank you for supporting me. It's 915 till I die, and I'm excited to have this opportunity to put on for you guys. I mean, I really want to inspire hope, and I want to inspire opportunity as well for the youth of El Paso.
Perfect. You can catch Steven at the Reeses Senior Bowl game. When's that game?
I think it's January 25th.
January 25th in Alabama. Steven, thank you very much for coming out.
I appreciate you
the best.
having me.
And like I said, hopefully I get to see you playing on Sundays and go make a trip out there for it.
Absolutely. Thank
Perfect.
you.
So I'm Asa Costa. This is Steven Montez. Like I said, we're about to enjoy some tacos, and we'll see you soon.